Wow. Are we talking to Hottie Dottie today?
Hello.
Hello there, lovely lady. Are you going out this evening? Got a date?
No, why?
Is this your natural attire today?
This is how it happens every day, baby. Come on.
Wow. Wow.
It
I think you did it. You dressed up just for me.
was just for you,
That's my
sweetheart.
story, and I'm sticking to it. End of story. Now, this is quite a tricky little position to be in.
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
Yeah. So let's give you the question. It says, my girlfriend's younger sister has been making serious on moves since we all went on holiday together.
Yeah.
I've been dating my girlfriend for about a year and met the family before. Her sister would always give me these looks and I just ignore them. But then we went away. She started being very sexually flirty when the others weren't around, commenting on her body and mine and brushing up against me. I swear once she orchestrated it so that I would see her naked. She's now started sending me WhatsApp messages and commenting on my Facebook stuff a lot. My girlfriend and her have an okay relationship, and this is difficult to deal with. I haven't told her. I tried to once, but she shrugged it off like it was her sister being friendly. Do I tell her? I just want her sister to stop doing this. Wow.
Yeah, it's so problematic because it's kind of like that thing, like unless someone actually comes out and says, I want to have sex with you, it's you're picking up on vibes and looks and, unspoken subtext and all that sort of stuff. And so it's very difficult to take, stuff that isn't concrete as evidence to someone and say, well, here's this stuff happening and it's just like a vibe that I have. And so it puts you in an even trickier position because you've got like really nothing incredibly substantial to work with. That doesn't mean that it's not real, because when someone starts infringing on your boundaries, especially with so little respect for like the relationship that you have with her sister, it becomes difficult for you. And I think that's the point. I think someone who goes out of their way to make stuff uncomfortable for you, half of the pleasure is seeing you squirm, seeing like how you're going to get out of it and making stuff dramatic and uncomfortable for everyone. And so, the way that I would deal with it would be to actually confront the younger sister, and not in a really crap way, just to kind of set down a boundary and say that this is making me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You can't manage her actions and you can't manage her feelings, and you don't even need her to explain or to justify. You don't need any of that. All you need to do is to say that this is making me uncomfortable. And you don't necessarily have to explain yourself either. You don't have to say, because I feel like you have a crush on me and I don't like, it makes me feel like you are coming on. You don't even need to say any of that. All you just need to say is, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable, all the messaging and the Facebooking stuff. And it would be really great for me if we didn't do that anymore. So I'm not going to respond to your Facebook stuff, and I'm not going to respond to your messages. And maybe not so much personal touching between us or from your side. I don't like that. That doesn't make me feel great. And then see what her response is. And I think depending on what her response is, then you can then decide whether it's something you want to kind of escalate to your girlfriend. Because the other tricky thing is you don't know how someone's going to react. So if she reacts really badly to it, if her younger sister reacts really badly to you kind of putting down a boundary, and she starts getting vindictive or malicious,
Yeah.
you kind of want to start, doing this so that there is a third person in the room. Because I always look at worst case scenarios. It is part of my functionality to think of like absolutely every worst case scenario and every like absolutely shitty thing a person could do and mitigate for that before I speak to them. So I would approach her first, like really like, very casually, and just say like, noticing a lot of the messages, maybe not so much, it's just making me feel weird. You don't have to explain it. And then judging on how she's responding, bring your girlfriend into it. And then approach your girlfriend, also not in a way that's kind of like making her sister out to be some sort of like weird, catty, stalkery person. Just saying like, it's not comfortable for me. I just feel like there's a boundary being overstepped. And then trying to kind of negotiate how you are with her family then. Like, do you maybe cut down on her visits? Do you make sure that you're never alone in the room with the sister? As I said, you can't manage her stuff, but you can manage yourself in that context.
Yeah, I think you are spot on there, because I think it is. She could have a serious crush on him, or she could just be doing it to just have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, right. And so, you can never, it's so crap. You can never ever you can never control or explain or understand
Woman.
other people's actions. You just can't. But you can manage yourself. And so that's why it's incredibly important when you approach someone that's kind of responding to you or acting towards you in a way that is overstepping many boundaries for you, is to just say, like, I am uncomfortable with this. You don't need to explain why you're uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable. And I would like to say, please don't do it anymore. And then you escalate it a little step further if that person ignores your boundaries. And this goes for just about every kind of interaction that you have, whether or not it's sexual or not.
You are so on the money, Dottie. That's why we love you so much. You're just
course.
brilliant. Brilliant.
Listen, did you...
Hey, you're wearing a big ring on your wedding finger. You married?
No, married to myself.
Ah.
Also, I punch people in the face.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have we answered the question? Because I want to talk about something else.
Yes, we have. Answered. There we go. What are we talking about?
Did you hear about the guy who Excel spreadsheeted his wife's reasons for not having sex with him?
Yes, and then she did the same or something.
No. So he did the Excel spreadsheet, and then she
Yes.
sent it to Reddit, which is where it all went viral.
Ah,
So-
there we go. Yes. So tell us more.
Well, so I wrote a column about it last week. I'll send you the link about what responsibility you have in your relationship, in your monogamous relationship, to make sure that your partner is satisfied.
Oh, okay. Well, send us the link so
That's
we
the-
can all go and read it.
I will. So the basic premise was, and I've had quite a bit of good feedback from this, from people are saying like, okay, it's made them think about responsibility. So I want to ask you, I don't know if you're in a monogamous relationship at the moment, but certainly the people who are listening, like, if you think about your sex life right now in your relationship, and you've requested and expect monogamy in your relationship, like sexual monogamy, are you bringing your bit to making that sexual relationship a happy, healthy one? Because it
Very
takes two
good
to tango.
question. Very good question. Okay.
GearsOnBalls.co.za with Sasha Martinengo and Daisy Fensham. Weekdays 1 p.m. to 3 p.m.